English Intensive Program 011 Grammar The Modals Part 2 Polite questions Can and could. Listen to the following short conversation and pay attention to the use of modal auxiliary. Can I please borrow your bike? Sure, here you are. Polite questions. May I, could I, and can I? Use may I, could I, and can I to ask for someone's permission or agreement. Examples. May I please borrow your dictionary? Could I please buy a box of candy? Can I please have a glass of water? The modal auxiliary in these examples is used to ask for permission or agreement. Making polite questions. Would you, could you, will you, and can you? Listen to the following short conversation and pay attention to the use of modal auxiliary. Could you please get me some coffee? Certainly, I'd be happy to. Polite questions. Would you, could you, will you, and can you? Use would you, could you, will you, and can you to ask for someone's help or cooperation. Examples. Would you shut the window, please? Could you help me with these boxes, please? Will you phone me later, please? Can you get me some coffee, please? Notice that the modal auxiliary in these examples is used to ask for help or cooperation. Expressing advice. Should and ought to. Listen to the following short conversation and pay attention to the modal auxiliary. I feel sick. Oh, you don't look well. You should see a doctor. Expressing advice. Should and ought to. Use should and ought to give advice. Examples. You look tired. You should stay in bed. You ought to read this book. You're sleepy. You shouldn't stay up late. Should I trust him? Notice that the modal auxiliary in these examples is used to give advice. Notice. Use maybe to soften your advice. Example. Maybe you should see a doctor. In this sentence, the word maybe is used to soften the advice. Expressing advice. Had better. Listen to the following sentence and pay attention to the modal auxiliary. The school bus is about to leave. I'd better run. Expressing advice. Had better. Use had better to give urgent advice. This advice implies a warning that something bad will happen if the person doesn't follow the advice. Examples. We'd better take the bus now. You're driving too fast. You'd better slow down. You'd better not be late. In these examples, the modal auxiliary had better is used to give urgent advice. Be careful. Had better refers to the present or the future, although it uses had.